It's time for the Daily Planet with Jimmy Olsen. And we're going to start things off with some sad news coming out of Nashville. If you've not heard yet, country legend Charlie Daniels passed away this morning due to a stroke. I'm going to take that into political news right off the bat. Kanye West been talking about this for a few years. Now, is it official or is it a publicity stunt? He says he's going to be running for president. Of course, the plan is, at this point, Joe Biden and, of course, Donald Trump being on the ballot this fall, and he will be the third candidate for president. Now, in fact, he's already jumped into this by already creating merch for you to purchase for his 2020 vision. There's a man in Florida running for Congress. His name is K.W. Miller. Says that Beyonce, actually an Italian woman named Anne-Marie Latrasi, yeah, he says that she's part of a deep state conspiracy. So for all of you conspiracy theorists, there you go. Washington Redskins, Cleveland Indians, they issued statements on Friday suggesting that they may finally be changing their name. They've had many groups pressure them and ask them about that. So the question is, how will the names be done? Are they going to be choosing or selling their name? I mean, it's another opportunity for them to make some money for the franchise to just go ahead and sell your name. I mean, just think about it. It could be the Washington FedEx Group, maybe the Cleveland Bicyclists. Who knows? We'll see how that all plays out. Looking for something to watch, maybe. Well, looks like there's a lot of stars. They had to start somewhere. Where did they start? Well, they started on Lifetime, believe it or not. In fact, Reese Witherspoon, one of those movie stars, that's where she got her start. Back in 1991, the movie was Wildflower. So I'm going to give you this list. If you need something to put on your watch list, maybe you can find these on Hulu or on Netflix. Ben Affleck, Daddy, his 1991 movie. These are Lifetime movies that got movie stars started. Jason Momoa in Tempted from 2003. Hilary Swank, Crisis Unheard. That was back in 1994. And then Dying to Belong in 1997. So she actually had two Lifetime movies. Zac Efron, Miracle Run in 2004. Kristen Bell, Gracie's Choice in 2004. Mark Ruffalo on the second day of Christmas back in 1997. Ellen Page, Going for Broke in 2003. Kristen Stewart, Speak in 2004. So looking for something to watch? There's a few ideas for you. Big Office fan? Remember Stanley Hudson? Not one of the main characters, but they say he was memorable and funny. They want to do a spinoff, while Leslie David Baker wants to do a spinoff of that character called Uncle Stan, where he gets pulled out of a retirement in Florida to rescue his nephew's failing motorcycle business. Well, motorcycle/flower shop in California. They actually started a Kickstarter. So if you want to help them out, they need to raise $300,000 to get that off the ground. Other things that are going on. This is something I found very interesting. So big Beatles fans, how about this? They were approached to do a reunion tour in 1976. They were offered $250 million to reunite, but they turned it down. Why? Because the opening act was a guy fighting a shark. Come on, that would have been worth the money. What happened to those? Why does it have to be a band opening for a band? Why can't it be wrestling or boxing or a guy fighting a shark? Well, they turned it down, so that did not happen. So have you ever met one of your heroes and pretty much put your foot in your mouth? Well, that happened to Mark Weistrach from Midland. Opened up for George Strait, waiting for him to show up, and drank almost a full bottle of tequila. Pretty much, you know where that went. And it's pretty embarrassing when you get sent home by your mother at a George Strait show. Yeah, his mom sent him home and said, nah, sorry, no. You need to go. You need to go. Jake Owen, he posted a video of himself performing a new song called Things I Take for Granted. Looks like from the comments, people are trying to get him to release it. They also like his blonde hair. Maybe you should go check it out. Also, Luke Bryan, I remember this story from a few years ago. It looks like the video has resurfaced as a throwback video on TikTok when he was performing and ended up getting hit in a not-so-nice place with a full can of beer. He's not too happy about that. But again, it is the days of the internet. So what happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas anymore. So any of those videos that you were embarrassed of or you did something crazy, it could resurface. You just never know. Looks like Catherine Zeta-Jones coming out with her own Goop-inspired lifestyle brand. Yes. So it's more Goop for you. Oh, so many things are happening. I don't know. Shia LaBeouf, he made it into the news again. He's got a new movie. For this movie, he got his entire chest tattooed. For the movie. Yeah, Seth Rogen, he plays a guy and his great-grandfather in the HBO Max movie, A American Pickle. Man, maybe go check that out. Also, looks like Weird Al. Did you see this? I don't know if you did it. Weird Al Yankovic, he made a video that I actually ran into it over the weekend called the Hamilton Polka, using clips from the version that's running on Disney Plus. If you've not had a chance, go check it out. I know I've had a lot of people that I know that's been watching Hamilton once that was released last week on Disney Plus, so you can go check that out. There's another video that is making its way around. It's Donna Summer's Bad Girls and Danzig's Mother. Well, they're thinking it would make a decent mashup. Go check that out. See what you think. We'll have to go from there. Lots of interesting things for you to share. In fact, I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but the country of Papua New Guinea has more than 820 languages. These are just some random facts. It's good if you're doing trivia this week. It represents about 12% of all languages spoken in the world, and most of the languages have fewer than 1,000 people that speak them. When martinis were developed in the 1920s, the ratio of gin to vermouth was 2-1. That amount of vermouth kept dropping, and now the ratio is 6-1 or less. More than 18,400 people. You know, you've seen the movies about the people in witness protection, and they were found. Now, it looks like there are, again, over 18,000 that have been relocated into the witness protection program. Not a single one has been tracked down by the criminals they're hiding from. So there you go. Hollywood putting their own little spin on things, a little creative license. Looks like only 2 football players ever worn a triple-digit. Kicker for the University of Kansas named Bill Bell wore the number 100 in 1969 to honor the 100th anniversary of the college. And kicker for West Virginia University, Chuck Kinder, wore 100 in 1963 for the state's centennial. And just if you wanted to know, you can fit 63 Earths inside Uranus. Just saying, if you wanted to know that. I don't even know how or why some of these things come up. But lots of great things for you to check out. Looks like there's a new Swiss Miss Hot Chocolate. They're using Lucky Charms marshmallows. So if you are a big hot chocolate fan, and I do, I like marshmallows in my hot chocolate, you can get those with Lucky Charm marshmallows now, which, doesn't sound too bad for me. 46% of people now roll out of bed less than 10 minutes before starting to work remotely. I want to know how many of them actually put pants on when they go to work. As they say, dog years don't work like we thought. In fact, they say more accurate look like your dog's age in human years. According to a new study at the University of California, San Diego, they found that the system isn't really accurate. The researchers say that, quote, about a 9-month-old dog can have puppies. So we already knew a 1 to 7 age range, but not very accurate for that. Worst states for drivers, best and worst states. It looks like as we look at the best states, you've got Massachusetts. Yeah. That is a good state. Also Utah, Nebraska, Vermont, Maine, New York, Connecticut, Ohio, Kansas, and New Hampshire. Now the worst driving state, Mississippi. To round out that top 10, Nevada, Tennessee, Florida, California, Arizona, South Carolina, Texas, New Mexico, and Alaska. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but have you heard the statement that a guy with an eye patch and 3 fingers is the best guy to buy fireworks from? Well, there was a fireworks display in Plano, Texas. Went wrong on the 4th of July. Yeah, fire caught on some fireworks, and then it appeared to shoot towards people. Now, nobody was hurt. Rhode Island has an anti-drug campaign that asks, did you know your drug dealer is vegan? The goal is to make people realize that they don't know much about their dealers or what those dealers could be mixing into their drugs. 3 carjackers in Illinois failed when somehow, none of them could get a woman's car to start. A cat in Australia survived 12 minutes in a washing machine. Well, the question is, did the cat get in there on their own? Were you not paying attention when you started the washing machine that there might be a cat in there? There's a guy who was scuba diving in Alabama. He was hooked and pulled to the surface by a fisherman. Was that a surprise when they pulled him to the top? And it looks like today, National Fried Chicken Day. You're going to be stopping at Popeyes or KFC to get that. Or maybe you're making some homemade fried chicken for National Fried Chicken Day. It's also International Kissing Day. I want to do that at home, though. There's a violinist and her dog. They do a national anthem together. You can actually check that video out on YouTube. Go one of those viral things. Also, a woman conquers a 72-ounce steak challenge. How crazy is that? Few other things that are just a little crazy as we head back and looking at birthdays today. Eva Green, she is 40. Vanessa Ives on Penny Dreadful, if you watch that. Also, Kevin Hart, 41 today. Tia and Tamara Mowry, 42. Remember that? Sister? I remember that show. 50 Cent, 45 today. Jeffrey Rush, he is 69. He was Captain Barbossa in the Pirates of the Caribbean. And then, of course, also in The King's Speech, he was the therapist for Colin Firth's character. Shelley Hack, 73. Sylvester Stallone, 74 today. George W. Bush, 74. Fred Dreyer, 74. Sergeant Rick Hunter from the TV show Hunter. I actually remembered watching that. He was even the first choice to play Sam Malone on Cheers before Ted Danza. And Robin the Boy Wonder, Burt Ward, he is 75 today. Other birthdays, Ned Beatty is 83. The Dalai Lama, 85. And it was on this date in 1885 that Dr. Louis Pasteur successfully tested the anti-rabies vaccine. And it was in 1933, the first All-Star game baseball was played. Babe Ruth hit the game-winning home run for the American League. They won 4-2. 1957, Thea Gibson, she was the first black tennis player to win a Wimbledon singles title. And then in 1957, Paul McCartney met John Lennon and taught him how to play and sing Gene Vincent's Bebopalula. 1971, jazz legend Louis Armstrong, he passed away due to a heart attack. He was 69. 1973, Queen released their first single, Keep Yourself Alive. And in 1979, the B-52s released their self-titled debut album, Rock Lobster. In 1994, Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks, that was released in 1997. Pete Sampras won his 4th Wimbledon title. And we lost Roy Rogers in 1998. He was 86 due to heart failure. And that's your Daily Planet with Jimmy Olsen.